The Florida trail and ultra running community too is they're really close knit. It seems like they all know one another. There seems like there's a race every weekend all year round, and they do travel well.
They have to.
They travel well. They travel in packs.
Welcome to Pacer Chat on the last Thursday of February. I literally have no clue what the date is.
Today's the 26th of February.
I kept saying it was when I was picking my kids up from gymnastics. I'm like, oh, why didn't we see your cousin here? They're usually always here on Tuesday nights. And my kids are like, it's Thursday nights. I go, well, that would probably be why we don't see your cousin here. So welcome to Pacer Chat on this last Thursday of February. We had a long race weekend happening this past weekend. Everything from Space Pirate, Swamp 50K, In the Woods 50K, Angry Tortoise, Horse and Swan, the Jackpot, Big Scrub stuff happening. And we got a lot of races going on this weekend with All Day at Holloway, Lost 18, Arbuckle, Ankle Biter. There's a few other races outside of the state of Florida that we'll be looking at, and a lot of other good information on the backside with the Strava Club and a lot of other cool stuff. So we got a great show tonight. And but as we start out every week, Bobby Joe sent us her run today. She was excited about her run. Tell us about your run today.
My run was fabulous. It was my first run in like a month. Now it was I managed to get out and do about 45 seconds of running and 1.5 minutes of walking. And I did that for an hour, 4.5 miles. So I didn't cough my lungs up, and I didn't blow my nose once, so that was a win.
Well, sometimes that's why I go out for a run while I'm sick, so I can cough all that stuff up and get it.
But that's the thing with my cough. My coughs were dry. Ooh. So the whole time they were just dry, hacking, unproductive coughs. So, and even when I a few times in the past month, I tried to walk, and afterwards I would be just exhausted after a 20-minute walk and need to nap or whatever. But this time it actually felt good. Like as of yesterday, I was playing with the babies, and at one point I'm like, I think I'm ready to start running. So this morning I woke up, had my coffee, and I was just waiting for the temperature to get a little warmer. And then, so that was exciting.
Yeah, all right. We got Billy Porter, Katie Jenkins, Nicole K in the chat. Welcome everyone. So if there's anyone else in there, tell us who you are. We'd love to hear from you, and we appreciate you guys watching. So my running, I always start off well. I ran a great run on Monday, got a half marathon in. Tuesday was a decent 6 mile, and then Wednesday I didn't do anything, and today I didn't do anything. I just got packed up. I just got slammed at work and didn't look good. Tomorrow I got a half a day, so I'm hoping to get a good run in, and then we'll be out at where are we going? All Day at Holloway. So I'm hoping I can run with a camera and get at least 12, 13 miles in. So that's the goal, because I got to start getting some miles in. No more excuses.
No, that Tahoe is gonna come up fast.
Yeah. So we'll see. I almost thought about jumping in the All Day at Holloway, but then I'm like, it may rain, and I still got my blisters on my feet that need to heal, and wet shoes I don't think is going to help it. So.
Yeah, well, this way you can back out without getting a DNF. So
yeah. I really wanted to race that the influencer with 1 million followers on Saturday. So run with him the whole way. So, all right, let's jump into our races this weekend. We are going to start with the Space Pirate 100. Yeah. So, you want to go? Or you want me to go?
No, go ahead.
All right. So you got Mark Burgett. He won the race in 1926. I was getting updates all day long on how Mark was doing, and also nice shirt, Mark. We love the shirt, the Pacer Travel shirt, and I'll show you something else in a little bit when we get to the I Run Far stuff. So Mark ran well. I think he was on pace at the 50 mile. He was on pace for sub 16. And then let me read his words. I almost wrote it in and we were going to put it in there. But so basically, it was a sufferfest from about 50 miles on. He kept throwing up from mile 47 to 100, stopped taking all nutrition around mile 56, and ran out of all energy at 90, literally walked the last 10 miles in. So,
oh, wow.
I think someone texted me that all you had to do was the last 10 miles in 2 hours in order to get the course record. And he was just hurting to the point that our lead female, Sandra, she closed in within 2 minutes of him. And I asked him, I go, were you looking for headlamps? He goes, yeah, I was looking for a headlamp. So Mark still got the win, 19:26. That's the third fastest time on the course. Manny Garcia, he was second place with 21:33. And Greg Haggerty was third place, 21:43. Is that? I'm interested because if you're looking at the results, it shows. Oh, never mind. So I thought it said Kyle. It was Kylie. All right. So Manny Garcia is out of Coral Gables, and Greg Haggerty's out of West Palm Beach. So on the females, I'll let you take the female side.
Oh, well, we got Sandy coming in first place, 19:28:51. I have my little arrows are covering up. Was it Kylie Scott, 20 hours, 3 minutes, 35 seconds. And Pamela Chapman-Markle, 70 years old, still hitting 21 hours, 33 minutes, and 39 seconds.
Wow, I didn't realize she was 70 years old. So,
hell
wow.
Yeah. That's what I want to be her when I grow up. I think a lot of us do.
Yeah, even Sandra at 53. So Sandra put up the fourth fastest time. Karen Lebeski has the top 3. Then Sandra has 4. Sandra has 5. Kylie hit 6th fastest time. Sandra has the 7th. Pamela at this race hit the 8th fastest time. Kelly Duffy, who was 4th place, hit the 9th fastest time, and Sandra has the 10th fastest time. So those girls,
I do want to do this race at some point too.
Yeah. So
keep an eye on the people who's going to run the Keys and then who's going to run Daytona.
Do you don't have info on the relay, do you? I guess there was only one team in the relay, and so they were first.
Right. You called it.
Yeah. I was dead on this one, so we should have done a video. Hang on, let me. I'm looking at Louis Coco. He said one thing for sure is we have a relay. We definitely want more people to be aware of the relay. It's a 3-person, no crew. You can mix up your miles however you want. You have to obviously take turns driving and crewing each other. We have a nice early bird registration special going on right now until March 4th. Next year is our 5th year. Looking forward to making the race bigger and better. So the relay actually sounds like these are starting to grow pretty well, these relay races. You know, Run Fluent had the Christmas one. They have another one this weekend. I think there's 6-7 teams. We'll go over that in a little bit. But the 100-mile, this is a cool one. I think a 3-person team on the relay would be pretty cool.
And Daytona both have them.
Yep. And the winner, the relay team, they won in 18:39. So that was pretty. They must have just got in before Mark did or passed them towards the end. Do you have the? Do we have the 50 mile?
I don't have any photos for the 50-mile people.
Okay. So on the 50 mile, you had Christian Shoup out of New Smyrna Beach. He was overall winner at 12 hours, and Alan Maddox out of Cocoa Beach, 12 hours, 49 minutes. And rounding out the podium for the guys is Brendan Padron out of Latana, Florida, 12:56. So they were all fairly close. On the female side, Dolba Anton out of Miami, 12:55. Anneva Padron, I guess they must have ran together, husband and wife, 12:56. So another husband and wife team right there. So go up against the Gilmans, and who was the ones we had last week? I can't remember what race they were in. So And then Kerry Adams at Orlando 13:02. So that was a close race on the basically over the top 5 were all in 12 hours, all within 56, all within 56 minutes. 30 on the 33.3. That sounds like the record, and I only know that because of Andy Matthews. You had 4 runners in there, and so Steven Varela won it in 5:53. Mike Snow in 6:20. Enrico Coco in 6:23. I believe that's Lewis's son, and then Anna Walton was the first female, 11:29, fourth overall. What other records on that? So Steven Varela was 5:53, so he was second fastest time. And I didn't check the 50 miler how they did on the record. So the men, Christian Schoup, that must be the first year for the 50 miler because all 3 made the top 3. Yeah, I think that was the first year for the 50 milers. So,
all right, now we'll move on to the Swamp 50K. Don Lizen's race. I always worried that I pronounced her name wrong.
All right. This is up in Palm Coast. These are supposed to be really cool trails. So I've never been up there. I've been up to Palm Coast. I just never been on these trails. And the course record goes all the way back to 2017. So it's been 9 years since that record got broken. It didn't get broken this year, but Stephen Kerr was our lead male at 4:59. And Chris Jones 6:31. I guess I could just read what yours says. And Tyler Clanton was 6. Those guys were close right there. That's 2 seconds apart.
2 seconds apart.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they were running together or if someone caught up, or that'd be nice.
Yeah. They're both out of Tallahassee. In their one's 34, one's 33. So
they're probably
I'm gonna say they ran together, Chris and Tyler. So all right, what happened on the female side?
Savannah Crowley, 6:12:24. Savannah's been running really good. We've seen her names at the top a few times. Laura Chevalier, 8:27:50, and Emily Sistruck at 8:39:22.
Savannah just missed the top 10 overall time by what I think 3 minutes. So I'm looking at the top 10. Carrie Mang has a lot on there. Caitlin Nagy has the overall time back in 2017. That was the second year of the race. Recently, Deanna Doan ran a 6:02 up there. So there's some pretty fast times up there. All right,
moving on. Oh, there's some other photos. So there's Savannah, the nice crew. We got we got Judy there helping at the aid station, and then that is Dawn's nephew that was also running.
Yeah, and they also had a 50K relay. I don't know how many were in the relay, but there was 3 teams in the relay, and Tomoko Runners had the fastest time at 6:39. And then the Chaos Crew ladies beat the Chaos Crew dudes by 15 seconds. 15 seconds, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So. very
right.
interesting.
So there was the In the Woods 38 50K. The results aren't up yet, but I did find this on Facebook. This is Stephen Cornelius. I think he came in second or third a year or 2 ago. So he's done the race before. 3:45:47, which is fast, I think, for a 50K. We don't usually see those numbers. That's for all these trail 50Ks. That's pretty amazing.
What's on the male side, what's pretty funny is one of the fast top 10 times is Harvey Lewis in 2023.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to do some digging into this race. I did see last year, I believe, Emily, or maybe it was 2 years ago, and the Mike Martinez was there running an aid station. So they know that race. They've been up there. But I did reach out to the race director, didn't quite get back. We're trying to learn more about some of these other race directors and races that happen in other parts of the states that we're not as familiar with. So if you guys know anybody, spread the word. We want to share them and their athletes. And they did get some Magic Coast shoes, so Steven's taking home some Magic Coast shoes as part of his prize. So they're everywhere. Someone who did get back to me, the Angry Tortoise 50K. No, maybe I'm sorry. This is the one I saw the Mike Martinez at and Emily Quintanilla at.
Yeah, in Priceville, Florida.
Yeah, this is the one I saw them at. The pictures from a couple years ago. So there's that. The race director did get back to me. He was actually seemed pretty excited that we wanted to share about his race. All of their other races are shorter, 5Ks and 10Ks. All of the funds generated from this race go to the Florida Strider Track Club's children's program. They host 4 1-mile fun runs and give children finisher medals as well. Local schools also receive funding from the club, and it gives scholarships to deserving students. This was the 13th year running it.
Wow.
So we had Jay Miller, first place, 4:14:30. John Muir, which I asked if he was related to the John Muir from, back in the day, and he's not sure. He didn't ask, but I'm like, that would be my first question. 4:22:19 is Scott Luggery, who we've seen at some of the sombrero races. 4:30:31.
So John was 6 minutes slower this year than he was last year. So he had the 9th fastest time overall. Jay Miller made it as the 7th fastest time in the history.
For the females, Erica Aikman, 4:15:01. So she was real close to the first male.
Jeez.
So I can't. My things keep getting covered up.
Emily Spencer,
4:58:38, and then Emery Keeming, 5:32:07. The race director did want me to let everybody know too that there was a young man named Robert Norris who finished the 50K. He's got some very bad health issues that he had to overcome, so they were just really wanted to give him a shout out. So shout out to Robert Norris for pushing through to the 50K with 30 seconds remaining on the 8-hour cutoff.
He 7:59:32. Wow, out of Lakeland, Florida.
Yeah, so
nice.
Overcome a lot to get there. So yeah, put that on your radar. If you search Angry Tortoise online on Facebook, there's lots of pictures from the trail, and it looks really nice.
Yeah, Erica Aikman, who won, that was the second fastest time in the course history. So. In the long history up there. So nice. Pretty cool.
And that's it for that. We did have
I can pull in where is it? Oh, here it is. I got it right here. All right. So this is the horse, which was up in Ocala. I believe these are all pictures off of Shay's page. That's Shay in the background. And there's a lot of horses that they saw around town. Basically, it's like a
horse urban ultra.
It's an urban ultra, so you got to go out and see all these horses. This was on Saturday, and then on Sunday, I don't have pictures from the Swan, but there's Kevin over there. But if you go to the WTF podcast, they actually broadcasted from the finish line of the Swan with Craig Betts. I believe I'm trying to figure out where I need to go for that, where that information came in. But I think Craig Betts beat the course record on the Swan as he sprinted in at the end. I'm going to pull up my chat really quick, see what Shay Swan. Yes. Horse. He did the fun sightseeing thing on the Swan. He got the course record. I forget who he said. He beat Evan Rosette's course record. And Craig's coming right off of the Big Scrub 150, so he was a week out. And we talked about the WTF podcast. He talks a little bit about the race. A little too much information in there, Craig. We didn't need to know some of the things that happened on the course, but you can go to WTF podcast. They were broadcasting from the finish line of the Swan in Lakeland. They're talking about next year switching it out. Maybe they're going to see if they want to do the Swan on Saturday and the horse on Sunday. They did have the banner. No, they did have the buckle. No one qualified for the buckle this year. So,
yes, that's a reminder. If you want to run the Swan, the horse, and
Skunk Ape Revenge.
Skunk Ape Revenge. You'll get a buckle.
Skunk Ape Revenge. All right.
All right. Now we're going across the country, going to Vegas. In case anybody was living under a rock this weekend, the Jackpot Ultras and the USATF 100 miler were last weekend, and it was so exciting. And I was like, especially as the evening progressed, I was glued to the live stream. And of course, Eric did a really good job.
I was going to ask you if you were watching the live stream. I
did. I watched Raj finished. I watched Ashley finish. By the time Ashley finished, it was like 11 o'clock here, so I was ready for bed. But yeah, it was. They did amazing. So focus on the USATF. They have a lot of races at Jackpot, but the USATF 100 mile championship was the big one. So Ashley Paulson is the new 100 mile world record champion, pending ratification, drug tests, all that kind of stuff that they do after anybody breaks a world record. So this is the chart. If anybody wants to take a look, pause, screenshot, find it somewhere else. This is the 100 mile world progression for women since 1869. Yes, ultras have been going on since 1869, since long before that. The site that posted this, I don't know if it was Aravipa or the Racing Against Time site, a woman commented that women have not been running these races that long because no one was allowed in marathons in the 70s, 80s. But we politely corrected her and she deleted her comments. So. And it was on Ultra Running History's site, because I was like, you're actually somewhere where you can find all of this information. Davy Crockett runs it, but yeah, I just wanted to point out. So the last record that she broke was only set at Tunnel Hill back in 2025, so not that long ago. But if you look in 1970, this woman, Nikki Gorman, had it at 21:04, and then the next year it dropped down to 16 hours, 11 minutes. And so that's by far the biggest jump. You had Ann Trayson held it for a while, and then Camille held it for a while, some of the longest ones. But then, now Ashley's got it. So that was pretty awesome. And if you watched her finish, she was talking with the cameraman. She was talking to everybody she passed. She finished. She did a little jump. She hugged everybody. It was like she could have.
She looked, she looked good when she finished. So, which makes me nervous because I get to race her at Tahoe 200. Not that I'm going to actually race her, but I'll be dazed.
A little something around her waist and just hold on.
I didn't realize Gina Slavey was on there. She broke Ann Trayson's record. I got to run with her at 6 Days in the Dome. Her and her husband were awesome. Like, we chatted a lot on the course. So they were me and her husband chatted a lot, but then they started running together and we were walking together. So really nice person.
Were they doing like the 6 and the 10 day?
No, they were in the 24-hour elite.
Oh, they were.
Yeah. So that was a fun day out there. So, all right.
Moving on to the men. You want this? You got it? Or
Rajpal Panu, 11:38. That's the course record. Third win at Jackpot in 3 years. He seems to likes this course. Second fastest American 100-mile runner is Zach still have
Zach
the
fastest? Zach Bitter is the fastest American, and He was second fastest.
Nice.
Yeah.
Was Raj's time beat it last year, right? But he had the super shoe on.
Well, yeah, because last year Raj ran an 11:52.
He was faster this year.
He was faster this year. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he ran a 6:49 his last mile, or his last split from the time in that.
Jeez.
And he did not finish like Ashley. I mean, Ashley wasn't. I don't think she put a 6. I think hers was like a 7:30. I want to say, but his was a 6:49 from the last time he met to the finish, and he just collapsed at the end. He literally gave every single thing he had, and he's been injured a lot last year as well. So it's really good to see him go out there and get redemption from last year, and kind of put that story behind him. So.
Yeah.
We had
nice guy.
Yep. Oh yeah, and he did seem. Everyone's had nothing but good stuff to say about him. A couple other records that were broke at Jackpot. Stella Springer. If you look around ultrasound, it's Jian Jian Springer. She's from the USA team as well as Chad Lassiter. So she set the new 50 to 55 women's world record in 15:41. And then Chad Lassiter set the male 50 to 5,900 mile record in 14:03. And that's what they both were going for. Were these individual records? So.
And if you want to know who Chad Lassiter is, we did an interview with him. Let me bring this in the stage really quick. I don't know. Maybe I can't bring it in the stage. But if you go to our Pacer Travel page. We did an interview with Chad Lassiter here back in over the summer. Learn about my buddy Chad. Nice guy. I didn't even realize he broke I texted him or I read it the next morning. I'm like, dude, I didn't even know you broke the record. He's like, yeah, that's why I was going out there. So,
that's why I went out there.
Yeah,
my friend Pete Kostilnik got his not a record, but he did get a PR in his 100 13:55.
Yeah, Pete. That's how old is Pete?
Pete's in his early 30s.
38.
Yeah, late 30s. Sorry, I met him. He was 28. So
wow.
I forget he's getting older.
Yeah, then you had Adhir Ramirez also. He was third at Cocodona 250. And
yep,
so
and if you want footage from that, Jeff got the footage running him.
I got the footage. I got to run him in at Cocodona. So nice guy. So Kaylee Frederick put up a good time. Janelle Starks.
It was everybody they put up some good stuff. From Florida, we had Marta running the 24-hour. Marta Portillo. She ran her first 24-hour race and got her first 100K. So we're all super proud of her. She got to meet up there in the top corner. You see that's Ann Trayson with her walker, and who just did also Across the Years. And there's Ed Eddinghouse with the Jester, and then her and Ashley. This is her and Ashley the next morning. So Ashley went home, showered, did what she had to do, or went to the hotel, came back, and was cheering people on. So,
what's pretty impressive in the 48-hour, Greg Salvazin out of Santa, New Mexico, put up 217 miles.
Yeah. The 48-hour number. I was watching that number as it was going. That was awesome. And then you also had the 12-hour course record. Where did she go? You have that up. 12 hours.
Is that Natalie Larson?
Yeah, Natalie Larson out of Laguna Beach. That's the course record for the 12-hour.
She put up 78 miles.
And then Amy Buskin was out there at the 24-hour or at the USATF 100 mile as well, but it got really cold overnight, and she had an illness that it kind of took her out of the game. But she put up some really good miles while she was out there.
Yeah. And then also in the 100 mile, Coach Brian Pasante, who we've had on the show a bunch of times, he made it to 68 miles. He's dealing with some foot issues. He's trying to better, and but he was out there. Do you have anything else from Jackpot?
I think there was one other Florida racer. Where did he go? Zachary Springer.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. He didn't have a good day because he came in third at Jackpot at the 24-hour a couple years ago. He only put up 37 miles, so that's not like him. So he had a rough day, must be. But yeah, that's all for Jackpot.
We do it. Can you pull your thing out, the slides out? We did have Josh Coleman out there, so he was able to get us.
Go, Greggy! Woo!
Go, Jam! Positive split this for sure.
All right, that was the USATF start. That was Josh Coleman sent us some footage out there. He was out there all weekend long. At first, he's like, "Go, Greggy." I thought he was talking about Greg Lawson, but I don't. I know Greg was down in Miami this weekend, and so then in the beginning, everyone was yelling, "Go, Amy!" And I think they were talking about our Amy.
Hey.
Amy Ray.
Well,
so,
you know what they say. We travel in packs.
We travel in packs. Big scrub. So congrats to John Reed of You Run You. He put up a time of 58:20. I think he did 58:20 and he got 8 hours of sleep one of the nights from what I heard from Joe Miller. So that's a pretty good time with 8 hours of sleep. And he did it with mostly his family crewing. He got a couple, Joe jumped out there a little bit, and Tyler Smith seems to be the new Sherpa of the big
the big scrub Sherpa.
Yeah, he's basically paced everyone on everyone that's done it. He's paced. So Tyler, nice job out there getting these guys to the finish. I think it's usually same area right through the Greenway around Santos area. So I'll be depending on you when I do my run. And so congrats, John Reed. He is our fifth finisher. You had Jay and Kevin. You had Fight Out has the record. Craig Betts did a couple weeks ago. John Reed is number 5. So talking with Joe Miller, looking at the calendar, I'm waiting. So my birthday weekend is March 20th, 21st. I know I'm going to put up a lot of miles that weekend. I just haven't figured out if I'm going to crew and pace somebody on the 444, or we're waiting to hear if he's going to do it, or if he doesn't, I may do the Big Scrub 150 that weekend. So either way, I'll be out on the trails running that weekend. I'm good with either one. Just waiting to figure out which one I'm doing. So, but that should be exciting. So, I may be the next one. I know there's another one going out the end of March, and I didn't recognize the name of the person. Joe told me, so we'll see how it goes. I know there's a bunch of others that are looking to do it. I don't know if they're going to do summer or if they'll move to the fall. So, all right. And then while we're talking about birthdays, might as well say happy birthday to a couple people. Evie Stangel's birthday's today. My wife's birthday's today. I'm full. We just had a lot of cake for dinner, and
nice.
And so that's why Evie just texted me. She's like, "Your wife's birthday's today too, isn't it?" I go, "Yep." So, So happy birthday to to Evie. And speaking of that, I think that's the recap of all the races, right?
Yep, that covers everybody.
All right. Speaking of the Stangles, let's go in on all day at Holloway. So these are races coming up this weekend, And we're going to start all day at Holloway. Chris is excited. Just over 100 runners through all their races. For some reason, I was trying to find it earlier, and I couldn't pull the race up for some reason. It won't pull up any. There it is. So when I was typing in before, so they got a couple distances out there. They have they got the 50K, the 50K relay, 30K, and 10K. 50K, they have looking at 34 entrants. This is the one that has Justin Kaufman. He's the what were we calling him? The influencer.
We had never heard of him. We got word from somebody else that he was.
Yeah. But I actually today I think Joe Patori got on the entry list. So I think Joe got in today. That's good. So Joe, I think, is getting back in shape. I think the last time we saw him, they raced. Him and Vince Carter went up against each other. I forget which race they did. So something recently. And then on the female side, you got a great race with Lindsay Vera, Sage Lyons, Melissa Witt. You got Brandy out there. Nicholas Urena. We're excited to see him. Paul Tyson, who's been racing a lot. Jeffrey Torres. We'll mention that name later because he was on the Florida Trail Runner podcast with Joe Fuller. They were talking about Kowachabi. That should be a great race. And then what's really cool is the 50K relay is heating up. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams in there. So that should be fun. You got I'm excited to see Team Run Unlimited with Sean Simmons. We're excited to see them because we'll be doing awesome. We'll be doing the backyard, not the backyard treadmill ultra Western States weekend. We'll be live streaming that from the studio down in St. Petersburg. So if you're looking for a backyard ultra on a treadmill, this is the one to be a part of. So they got a good lineup for that. And of course, we've been hyping this one in the 10K. We got Joseph Fuller going up against Joseph Miller, young Joe Miller. Joe Miller, if you watch this, bring me coffee so I can buy coffee from you this weekend. Aid Station Coffee. So bring a couple bags. So I'll text you. You got a couple other people. Jeffrey Bowman's in there. Bradley Krisher. It should be a fun race. But we always say there could be an underdog in there. So if you're in the chat, who do you think is going to win between young Joe Miller and Joseph Fuller? We love to hear it. Type it in chat right now. See what you got. I don't know. Fuller looks good, but Miller.
Yeah, I haven't seen young Joe Miller's training.
Actually, I was gonna say Joseph Fuller's young. Joseph Fuller's in his 30s. Wow, man!
I remember we keep forgetting. We still think he's always like 25 forever.
Oh, I remember when he was like 21, 22. Pretty crazy. So it'll be fun. So we'll be out. We're gonna plan on being out there this weekend, getting some footage, and we're excited about that. All right, then you got the Lost 118. And I think we had a question going into this race. Before we talked about this race, we think Mike Melton's the RD.
Yeah,
is that what we're?
The RD.
Okay.
RD for, double check. That is.
I know Mike has timed this race a bunch, and so it's cool. This is I don't know why this race has never gained traction, and I'm going back to the YouTube because if you want to know about this race, we have, where is it? I have a race on Lost 118 right down here, and you can go watch this race about the. This is a few years ago when he raced it, and I got to crew him. So Lost at 118. This is a great course. We got to figure out how to get.
Again, it's been on my radar for 5 years now, and I still haven't been down there.
So they got 14 on the entry list. You got Jordan Egelin's on there, Jeremy Hudson, Walter Estrada, Harry Gregg's down there, Bernadette. I thought Bernadette had finished this before, but I guess the only one has a completion is Eileen Cohen on there. So
I thought she finished it before too.
Yeah. Maybe it just doesn't show. Oh, you know what? Sometimes if there's not enough finishers, it doesn't show up on Ultra sign up.
Yeah.
So that's the 118-mile solo, and then you got the push cart, and I just happened to look at it. I had no clue who was running it, and Arian Rashan's in there.
And Andy Matthews is there too. He just shared on Facebook that he's there as well.
Yeah,
and he's gonna hook his strollers to Arian's, he said.
Yeah. I texted Arian. I said, "Really, you're now going to push a cart around a lake? Show off?" And he goes, "LO, I got to work on my mental game. I can't think of anything worse than pushing that cart all the way around Lake Okeechobee."
Pushing your cart is actually not that bad. So
well, the problem is you're up on that berm, and Andy Matthews has said it's the year I was down there crewing. The wind was bad, so what you deal with the wind whipping across the berm, and it just makes it tough to push the cart. And then it's not all paved, so there is some dirt you have to go across and stuff. So it's not completely easy to get around it.
Some dirt on the side of the road.
You want to turn so that's the Lost 118. We'll be following that. I think the guy on the picture that's
that young kid, Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob. Yep, Jacob Hart. So he won it the year we were down there. Ran a great race. That's who I think that is.
That's the only picture I could find of him online.
Oh, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you found it. I don't know how you would have.
I think that's whoever's crewing him, or that's Brendan. I got it from there. I can't remember.
Oh, okay.
I'm stealthy in my stalker dish of ultra runners. So.
Yeah, unless you're trying to get Fred Soley. We can't. We're gonna take stock photos of Fred Soley for Keys, so that we always have pictures of him and his wife. Who was there was another one last week we didn't have a picture of. We were trying to get that.
So yes, because we will be down at the Keys 100. We will be live streaming.
Yeah. We had a great conversation this week with Mark Kudak and Twan, and we're excited about going down to the Keys this year. So we will be down there live streaming it, and from start to finish. So we're excited. It's gonna be a blast. So we're going back to the Lost 118. Jeff Bowman said it's a personal aid station. Ari will probably carry car parts in his stroller throughout.
Well, if it's windy, those will weight it down. So maybe that's a benefit.
Yeah. All right. And then we got the Arbuckle as we go in. Jeff says cool course, great RDs. This year it's just the 20K, I believe. And I don't know really anything about the course, and
it's a hard, from what, and Jeff can correct me on this, but I think it's a fun course, but a difficult course. It's not for. I remember when Scott first, because this is an Ultras race from Scott Hoover and James Hurst.
Yep.
But Scott was like, "Yeah, no, this isn't your race." He's normally trying to get me to sign up for his races. He's like, "No, don't do this one." So roots and twists and turns.
You got sand, soft sand, grass, clay and limestone roads, and Cypress City. I don't know what Cypress City is. So, all right, and they should have a lot of food as always out there.
Yeah, they'll feed them good, that's for sure.
All right. And then Dark Horse. This one looked kind of cool. They have a 24-hour, 48-hour. There's no entry list, so it's by Yeti Trail Runners. I just like
our friends from Georgia will be up there.
Andrea,
Becca, and Dan Hernandez. Not Hernandez.
From Georgia.
Yeah, my names are just like all erasing from my memory. But they had the aid station at Bootlegger last year. So they'll be running an aid station there at Dark Horse as well.
And my neighbor will be up there. And for some reason, her name just left my.
I know.
I say hi to her every day. I've seen her on the. We've been. I know she's been training because we
Dingus.
basically. What?
Becca Dingus and Dan. It's like I had Dan Hernandez, and that's Dan Hernandez is with somebody else. So yeah. Sorry.
Yep. That's what happens when you're on when you're live, just trying to remember people's names that you talk to every single day. And I'm trying to think what's her name is going to be up there.
Mike Martinez is running Dark Horse.
Oh, Mike Martinez is running Dark Horse. Nice. Give me 1 second. I'm looking. Christina Brown, my next door neighbor, will be up there. So she's been training well. I've seen her out on the course several times. I've seen her out on Pinellas Trail several times training. So it should be. We'll be keeping an eye on the results from that race.
Anyways, this is going to be a good race.
Yep. Mount, and the last one we're going to cover, Chia. Let's see if I can find it. Mount Chia 50K. Up in Alabama. I believe this is on the Pinhoti course. It's a 50K. Been going on since 2006. They actually have a huge entry list. 330 runners are running it. The only one I was paying attention to, actually, I was looking from Florida. There's a lot of runners from Florida. I just did not recognize really any of them. The only one I knew on there was Deanna Doan. And currently, Deanna has on the women's side, she has the 9th fastest time at 5:19:09. So I texted Deanna today and I said, without looking, what is the course record? Because that would tell me if she knew it right away, that means she knows what she's aiming for. And so course record is 5:01. And yes, she is aiming for that course record. So it'll be fun to see if she hits that course record this weekend. I think she's in shape. I think she's upset from Black Canyon having to DNF at mile 40. She was dealing with some issues. I think she's in great shape. I think she'll come back and do well. That course record hasn't been broken in 15 years. So it will be, we'd love to see if she breaks that course record. So we're rooting for her this weekend to kick butt. And actually over the last, her time is the fastest time. Well, I guess 2023 was the 7th fastest. 2022 was the 6th fastest. The men's side, that record has stood since 2010, so it's been a while. So we'll be interested on the guys' side. So I think that's it for races. I can't think of any other races this weekend coming up. And when we say it, we're actually true that we can't think of any races happen this weekend. Usually we say that to mock somebody, but honestly, I don't think there's a lot of other races. I think out west we were talking about the Orca Island 100-miler. That's a race that's always been on my radar. Great race around the Orca Island, 25-mile loops. You do 4 of them. So great deal. Now to the other stuff. We got a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna pull up.
Stay in there?
Yeah, we could do that. Hang on, let me Pacer Travel Group. All right, man. All right. We had some mileage people this week. Mark Burgett, but he had his race, so he put up 125 miles. Sean Fardink, 107.6. I think he was racing 2. I want to say I saw him somewhere. And Frank Hale put up 101.9. If we go down a little bit farther, Josh Coleman.
Josh was already did 98 miles this week.
What the heck is Josh doing this week? So, all right. Yeah, this is last week. All right. The Stork hit 100 miles, put out 100.1. Andrew Kelly put up 90.7. Word is Andrew will be back in the States in June, so we're excited about that. But on the female side,
and
Amy
Andrew is signed up for the Stork.
What's that?
Andrew is signed up for Big Scrub.
Yes. Yeah, that was a funny conversation I had with Joe Miller today about that. So not about that, but we were talking about two different things. So, and he was talking about Andrew Kelly, and I was talking about the new director for the Florida Trail System. So it's kind of funny. All right, Amy, lead female at 90.5. Who else put up some good mileage in there? Charlotte 60.6. I think Charlotte was at a marathon. She always posts when she's at a marathon. She runs a ton of marathons. So I forget where she was running this weekend. How far down was I? Man, this is not.
I don't even think I registered. I think I did 2 walks last week for 20 minutes.
I don't know. Maybe I missed my name. I have no clue where I was. Man, I had a bad week. All right, Connor, 7,300 feet of gain. Josh Coleman, 42.36 feet of gain, and Chris Folk at 2,792. So, great job to our group. Got 94 members strong. I'm sure we're gonna hit 50 soon. So it'll be pretty impressive. So nice job, everybody out here. What else in the news? Talking about kind of pull this out. They were talking about they released Killian Jornet's schedule for this year, and he looks like he's definitely in for Western States and in for UTMB, and he's going to add in Zerazanol in there, which is a short 30K. So basically, they're calling that the double. Sometimes people refer to the Western States to Hard Rock as the double. That's what I refer to. But now they're referring to the Western States to UTMB. And weird thing is, a lot of people are turning away from that double because they just say you can't compete any longer. It's hard to compete.
Courtney.
What's that?
Unless your name's Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney. Yeah, and that's it's funny. They're like, no one's done well then. And they're like, oh yeah, but Courtney did. So when people were talking about it. So it'll be fun to see Killian. I think Killian did these 3 races in the same year back in 2011, 2012. So it'll be fun to see what he does this year, how his times show up. So like his times for Western States were better last year than they were when he was younger in running. So is it the technology that's making him run faster, or I don't know what it is. So
I mean, everything. From training, the ways we train, to technology, to better fueling, better hydration, sweat tests. I mean, it all adds up.
Yeah.
You look at Harvey. It gets better every year, with his age. So some people just maybe that's what we got to do is get a couple more years, our peak.
Yep. So I know. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for, but maybe I'm past that point. So
I refuse to believe it.
In the Olympics, we were talking about skimo, and this has been a big joke to some people because you're not getting, a lot of people are saying you're not getting a realistic view of what skimo is. That's ski mountaineering, but the USA in the mix took 4th place, which was pretty close. It was interesting because in the final, Spain got a penalty, but we didn't know how long the penalty was, if it was going to be 3 seconds or 30 seconds. And so USA finished within 30 seconds, and it ended up only being 3-second penalty. So Anna Gibson and Cam Smith of America, USA got 4th place, just right outside the medal. But they weren't predicted to be up there, so it's pretty interesting to see that. So it is. A lot of people are complaining about how the Olympics portrayed skimo. They said it wasn't realistic of what the sport actually is, and that's what they're afraid. A lot of people are afraid is if trail running makes it into the Olympics, will it be realistic of what actually it is?
Smooth and manicured and easy, I guess.
Yeah.
When I've seen pictures or video of other athletes doing skimo, they're scrambling up mountains, and it takes time. It takes time to get up to the top of these mountains. They're using rugged trails and sometimes different gear to get up there. And these guys are just kind of floating up there, throwing on their little ski things and going down the mountain. So
Yep.
first year, and people make this. It could maybe eventually be thought of as two different types of sports. It's kind of like climbing, because when you compare climbing in the Olympics, like on a wall, versus what Alex Honnold is doing, they're not the same sport. They're both climbing, but they're not the same. So.
Yep. So. All right, other news. Pretty excited. Bobby Joe got this loaded yesterday. This is our website, and pretty excited. So take a look at it. Pretty cool. I like the Run Far, Travel Smart. Pretty catchy. All kinds of stuff. Talks about the travel agent business, and we got the travel side, and we got the media side. So again, good way to support the channel. The couple ways you could support the channel. This is actually me when I had long hair at the Grand Canyon at Horseshoe Bend.
Trying to get Jeff to send me pictures for the website is not easy. Everybody just
actually. What's funny is like I had to check in for my Southwest flight from the Grand Canyon, and if you open up the Grand Canyon app, it shows the Grand Canyon. If you open up the Southwest app, it shows the Grand Canyon on there, and it was pretty. I'm like, I'm right here. So we got the travel side, you got the media side. That's what we're doing now. The live stream services, all kinds of good stuff. So we're excited to see the business grow. Couple ways you can help the channel. If you're traveling, if you're doing any bit of traveling, reach out to us and say, hey, and this is free, and I'll tell you like, hey, I can help you. I can't help you. Someone said, hey, we're going out to Arizona and this is what we're doing. I said, well, I can help you book the rental car or stuff like that. So every bit helps. We make commission off of let's say you book a Holiday Inn pays us 10% of whatever that is. Your price doesn't change. We just get 10%. So if it's a $200 room, we get $20 of that room. And that's the commission that a travel agent makes. So it doesn't cost you anything. So if you're ever traveling, just reach out. I'll tell you like, hey, no, I can't help you, or
you'll do all the searching, all the research.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about that. And then if there's any problems.
Yeah. So like Loanne and Justin were going on a cruise and they were looking, I can't book Carnival, but I was like, hey, these are a couple cruises that you can do on Carnival. Like I'd much rather help you guys. Anything I said, but here's some Royal Caribbean cruises we can do. So anything you do, we can book anything from Royal Caribbean to Universal to Disney, you name it. Ask me, I'll tell you if we can do it or not. So and that helps the channel. The other way is we're also the Patreon group, and we still have the Patreon. And so the lowest level is $5. So jump on for $5. That helps us out. Plenty of people. If we get enough people on there.
Rolling.
Yep. And we do need. This is our Patreon crew. We got a few in there: Nicholas, Urena, Shay Bay, Shay Merritt, Melissa Witt. IOSA Home Inspection. I heard that's a really good home inspection business.
They're really hard to get there. They're busy.
Yeah, it's too busy. So I need people to write bad reviews, so I slow down. So, all right. So thanks for getting the website up. Looked really good. Reach out to us if you need any help with that. One thing I keep pushing to the end. We talked about the podcasts. What is it? Florida Trail Runner podcast. I have this up here. The last one, Joe's getting ready to post another one, but this was from February 11th. Stories from Nicole Wachobe. And he had Sean Paymer, Jeff Tortoise, and Kyle Sloan on there. So pretty good. I got it done. I listened to it today. That course sounds really cool. Should check it out. WTF this week, they were at the finish line of the Swan Song, and they had Craig Betts on there. I don't think I ever realized how funny Craig Betts is. So I just, I like listening. You guys should have Craig Betts on a lot more. So he's good. So, and Francis, give Francis more talk time. We're petitioning. We want Francis to have more talk time. So we enjoy it. Listen to Kevin, Shay, Emily, and Frank. I think Francis is getting some more. He's feeling comfortable on the the podcast, and you hear him a little bit more. But and Craig was funny. We love listening to Craig. A little too much information at some parts, but we love listening to Craig. So, all right, the Cal Ford. We got the 50 miler. If you're doing Cal Ford, you have Pacer 15 gives you 15% off of the race. It's the 50 miler urban race up in Jacksonville. So reach out to that race. You get a good discount. If you're a Patreon crew, you get 20%. And so you get 20% off of all Sombrero racing events if you're a Patreon member. Last thing, just some sad news. I think was it three different people. Well, we knew last week we talked about Jesse Schultz, and Friday morning he did pass away, and that was sad. Joe had a little feed from the hospital. It was kind of sad. So Jesse, great part of our running community here. We posted a video. I found when Jesse finished Festivus 50 miler. It was a good video, and I put together a video. It's up on our Pacer Travel YouTube. So this is Jesse here. So we lost Jesse Schultz, Jeff Galloway. Was Jeff Galloway yesterday or last night?
The night before.
Yeah. So here's a picture of Mark Burgett, because Mark does a lot of the Galloway running. He does really well in the Galloway running. So there's a picture of Mark and Jeff.
The Lakeland Runners Club, I'm sure there'll be more of these popping up, but they just posted that they're doing a 5K memorial run for Jeff Galloway on March 1st at 6:30 a.m. from the Southgate Shopping Center. So go to the Lakeland Runners Club Facebook group for more information. But we're doing memorial run for Jeff Galloway. The other one is Ben Jones. We talked about him last year. He's of Badwater fame, one of the Badwater Hall of Fame inductees. Anybody who's familiar, who's been out to that race, has met him. He's the doctor out there, unofficial mayor of Lone Pine. He's ran it multiple times, crewed multiple times, him and his wife. Put this link in. This is a really good write-up of everything he's done, from working with Marshall Ulrich, Harvey Lewis, some of the other Badwater Hall of Famers, and then being the only doctor and coroner in that area as well. So, just a staple in the Badwater community. He was in hospice, so sick for a while. So, but another one sad to see go.
Yeah. So. All right, and I think that's really it. The last thing I'm going to leave you with, this was a cool. I kind of knew this was coming. Twan texted me this. He said, this is the picture I'm sending in to I Run Far for the Space Pirate. And it is a great picture of Mark running in front of Ron John sporting the Pacer Travel shirt. How awesome is that? So great.
It is a good picture. It just really is a good picture.
Yeah, we got to figure out how we can use that in our media. What's funny is Mark goes, I didn't even see Twan there because I was taking a selfie. If you look at Mark's left hand, he's carrying his cell phone. And so Mark must have just taken a selfie or getting ready to, because he's not even holding his water bottle the way he should be. And so I think Mark was getting ready to. I think he just took his selfie. He's like, I didn't even see him out there. I was busy taking my own selfie. So
awesome.
Yeah, great shirt. Thanks, Mark, for wearing that shirt. So we're gonna try and get more out there. So if you have a Pacer Travel shirt, send it, and you're at a race, send us pictures. We love to show off those pictures. And so, all right, I think that's it. So
thank you everybody for watching.
We have covered a lot. A lot of you guys are racing this weekend. It's going to be pretty exciting. Good luck to those racing, those going after course records, those just out there training on the trails this weekend. Be safe, have fun. I had a funny story, but not a funny story, but I won't talk about it. So I don't want to interrupt my ending to tell that. I'll tell you, Bobby Joe, after I get off. So it's kind of a funny story. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next week. Good luck this weekend and have fun out on the trails.